Okay, Skyler. So this is your bike. That's what you're going to call a Yamaha V-Star 250. Where your key's going to go, obviously. And turn it to the right. Alright, so this is the kill switch. Up means off, down means good to go. Alright, so another thing that you want to do when you're starting the bike, there is a little green light right there. And what that green light means is neutral. So, I'm sure you drive a fucking tank, you know what neutral means. Alright, so when it's in neutral, it doesn't have to be, but this is just a basic way of starting it. You're going to press the silver button right here. And voila, it starts. So, another thing you can do is turn it off with that. Or you can turn the key. So that's the basics of starting it. So now let's get down to the basics of what the controls are. Alright. So when you're sitting on it, your right foot's going to go right here. I'm sure you can figure that out. So you don't want to rest your foot on here necessarily, especially when you're riding. But what this pedal is, it's the brake pedal for the back brake. So that's the back brake. This one right here, this lever, is the front brake. When you're applying brake pressure, you're going to want to do mostly front brake and a little bit of back brake. But you don't want to do too much front brake, because if you skid this front tire, you're more than likely going to go down. I'd say like the percentage wise, you want to do about 70% front brake and about 30% back brake. And kind of adjust depending on how slippery the surface is. So like dirt, you're probably going to do more back brake. And probably a little bit of rain, but you don't, like I said, you don't want to lock up your tires at all, really. So that's going to be front brake. I'll ride it and you can kind of get the idea, but you're going to have to learn yourself mostly. Alright, and as all fucking people do, this is the throttle. So it just like a car, I don't know about a tank, but just like a car, the more you twist it, the more gas it gives it. So if you barely twist it, you're barely going to give it any gas. You'll get it by the feel. Okay. So now we go on this side. Let's get the basic one. This is going to be your clutch. That's to get in and out of gear. I'm sure tanks have some type of clutch or something. They might be synchronized transmissions. I really don't honestly know. And then down here, it's going to be your gear shifter. I don't know if you ever rode a quad or anything, but similar gear patterns. And let's see. Alright, so right now it's in neutral. And this is kind of difficult to explain. You just have to do it, really. It's not really difficult to explain. It's just I didn't understand it when I was first riding. So right now it's in neutral. It's between first and second. Okay, that makes sense. But it's called like a half a click. So when you're going to first and it's in neutral, you click it down once. Right now it's not going to go because it's being a bitch. But that would be first. Just so one click down from neutral. And then the rest are going to be up. So second, third, fourth, and fifth gear are all going to be up. So you're in first, you accelerate. Need to go to second. That's second. Need to go third. That's third. Fourth, fifth. So I don't know if you're understanding. You're like, where's neutral at? All right. So say you go. All right. Say you're in fifth, fourth, third, second, and then what you're going to do is going to be a half click. If you need to go to neutral or want to go to neutral, it's going to be not all the way down, but you'll feel it click. You just barely tap it and it will click. So it's since it's not sitting upright and I got to move the wheels a little bit, I can't really do it right now for you, but you'll feel it. In the motorcycle safety course, they'll go over it. I'm fucking guarantee you, they're gonna go over everything. That's a fucking safety course. But I'm just trying to give you the basics for now. She's a little dusty. She's been sitting here a while. Okay, so what else do we have? We have, alright, sitting on the bike. You get your controls. So I already showed the kill switch. Show you the start button. Now, high beams, low beams, and little symbols. So down is low, high is up. Then you have your blinkers. You have left blinker, or right blinker, left blinker, and then you'll have a little blinking indicator for them in the middle. And it doesn't go off until you click. It's going to be sit in the middle, and you click it, and now it's off. You have your little gay ass horn. Little gay horn. And this is the choke. So when it's cold, you can adjust the choke to let more or let less air in, I believe. Alright, well anyway, right now the cord, the cable is actually broke. Apparently somewhere by the carb. So that'll have to get replaced. But honestly, it's not cold right now, so you're not going to have a problem with that. It's literally going to start right up. Hopefully by the time you actually get around to winter time, you won't have to worry about it. This is the gas tank. You gotta put your key in. Voila, gas goes in there. You just put normal 87 gas in it, and it runs fine. Oh yeah, another thing to note about this bike, and actually a lot of bikes, not all bikes, but a lot of bikes, it does not have a gas light nor a gas gauge, meaning you're going to have to keep track of your miles. If I remember correctly, it goes about 150 miles, and it might actually go to 170. I don't remember too much. What I do, this little thing, you twist it and it resets those miles right there, and that way you can keep track of every time you fill up. Just reset that, and you'll know how many miles you have left. Another thing for the fuel system, you have the tank holds, I believe, 2.4 gallons, and what you have is a primary part of the tank, which is up here, and that holds, I believe, 1.9 gallons. So it goes 1.9, and then there's the last half gallon, which will go on reserve. So what you're looking at here is, it's pointing down right now, and it's on the primary tank. I don't know if you can see it, but when you start to run out of fuel, you'll start to feel it, and you just twist it upwards, and that's the reserve tank, and it says reserve on it. Reserve, prime, and down is primary or on. So there's that. Like I said, they'll teach you more about the shifting. I'm sure you might be able to figure it out just by sitting on it. I'm sure there's more videos on it on YouTube better than I can do. And if for some reason your fat ass ever wants to ride with another person on the back, it does have these pegs back here, and you just gotta put them down, and voila, you carry all your bitches around. Alright, I just got a new back tire for it right before I sold it to your mother. Bought a new chain, new sprockets, So one thing you're going to have to do when you get back is an oil change, as I was trying to tell you earlier. There is a little window right here, and as you can see, it has two little notches, one bottom, one top. And what you want to do when you're filling it, or when you're checking it, first of all, you're going to want to tilt the bike up, straight up, and oil will come inside between these two lines. And obviously top means full, bottom means like pretty much as low as you should be going. Either way, you want to see oil in there. I can get you the specific, oh yeah, there you go. I think that's it. I don't remember. Anyway, I'll get you the amount of how much oil you need. So you're going to need to do that when you get home. Another thing you're going to need to do, and not all bikes are like this, but this bike is, and a lot of bikes are, they're chain driven, like a bicycle, yes. And you're going to have to lube it. There's specific lube for it, and I'm going to give you some, but you can always just go to a motorcycle store, buy it, but you're going to want to keep it damp. I'm going to lube it before anything, before I ride it today for you. But I bought a really good chain, nice gold chain, really strong tension. And what will happen over time though is it will loosen, and when it does loosen, see, it's good right now. Anything more than that, it could probably go a little bit more slack, but a little bit more than that, you're going to have to tighten it up. And how you're going to tighten it up is, a lot of Japanese bikes, they have these notches right here in them, and what you're pretty much going to do is you're going to move the back tire back, and that will tighten up the chain. And you'll only be able to do that for a little bit. Well, actually it has a lot of room left, but and you're going to make sure each of these notches on either side are going to match. And to do that, you're going to loosen this axle right here, and then you're going to loosen these two, and then there's going to be two on the opposite side, and you're going to pull it back evenly. When you're tightening this, it should pull it back. It's pretty simple. You're very mechanically inclined, I'm sure you can fucking figure it out. This is your brake fluid. This is for the front brakes specifically. It's like the back brake here, and this back brake uses a cable, so you don't need to worry about brake fluid for the back. I need to raise this lever up, but it should even out perfectly fine. You shouldn't be too low in brake fluid. Actually, you shouldn't be low at all. And you're gonna set it up straight. As long as like this whole thing is covered, you should be good. And which it is. So. But yes, I'm pretty sure that's the basics of the maintenance. Pretty sure your air filters in this area. There's another one on the other side, but I don't think that's an air filter. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some.